Hello, everybody. Just gonna make sure this is actually running. Okay, I'm gonna assume it is because it nearly always tells me late. Okay, so this is a live I've been wanting to do for a while about what the does self-love mean? How does that connect to narcissism? What where does authentic expression come into the picture? And then what does it mean to really speak from our authentic voice? When is that a good thing to do? When is that not a good thing to do? Um, these are things I've really been reflecting on and looking at deeply in recent months, and understanding in whole new ways. And I'm curious to put these pieces together and see how they land out here with whoever sees this. Um, so for me, up until, let's say, maybe 6 months ago, a little bit less now, um, I had this idea that self-love was kind of vaguely narcissistic or something like that. For me, there's sort of like, oh yeah, this self-love movement and narcissism were kind of hugging up against each other. And I hadn't reflected too deeply on that, but they were loosely associated in my mind. And along with that, even as a dancer, maybe because I'm a dancer and a performer, right? It's like I know how how attractive getting attention can be, how nourishing. You know, I do think it is an important nourishment for every human to get to experience the attention of others. But that it's a chemical hit, and so it's also something I want, something many of us want, right? So it's kind of which makes me then go, okay, this is a risky impulse a little bit. There's something about it that's like, give me more attention. And that in our world that we live in, case in point right now, there's a lot of this outpouring of sharing and kind of look at me, watch me, listen to me. And so where and how does that fit into this picture has been a wrestle for me. And yeah, so what has landed in a whole new way for me is a much deeper understanding of self-love, and also as somebody in a Buddhist lineage, that has that has its own tricky pieces, because in Buddhist practice we are looking through the self. We're looking closely at what is this sense of self, with the kind of ultimate goal of understanding that it's an illusion. And so that still holds true, but that can make it tricky, or it has made it tricky for me in the past, in terms of looking at what is real self-love. What is that? And what I felt, I think, really for the first time in a really impactful way a few months ago, was that real self-love, in a sense, it doesn't have nothing to do with Ruth, the self, but it has to do with an honoring of the life force that is moving through me, through this utterly unique human being who will only exist once, and who each moment is changing, and that and that to denigrate that in any way, or to not give this being its full honoring, is not only tragic but ridiculous. You know, it's like if we look at a tree with its leaves, it's like no leaf is undeserving or not good enough. It's just life expressing. And so I have a whole new connection to an understanding of what it really means to, and that is the core of self-love. The core of self-love is to see and honor the unique, the life force that is moving through me, and the unique form entity that I am, that shapes and expresses that life energy, and that that is beautiful. That is just by law beautiful. So that's cool. That's really cool. That was a really cool thing to feel for the first time, and then start to get to witness and see in others too in a whole new way. It's like it's like, people who say art or work that in the past, oh, Trey, yes, you, maybe I didn't, their art doesn't jive with me, and so I'd be kind of like, this isn't my thing. But I can now, for one, that's okay, and that is not in any way a statement or comment on them and their value. I think also as an artist, I used to really gel those things together, how good I am at my art and my sense of worth. Well, not only did I gel that together, but let me come to that now. So in our world, we live in a world and a culture where our value and our worth is just enmeshed with what we do and achieve and how well we measure up to the societally named standards, right? Of often income, of kind of prestige in whatever society or work environment we're in. So, and the only way we can start to let go of those is by firstly coming into contact with a direct seeing and experiencing of the wonder of the life moving through you. Because if we aren't connected to a sense of that as just inherently valuable, of course we are going to be looking for ways of measuring up to standards of our world, culture, family, in order to feel that sense of worth and value. So that I wanted to say. Okay, and then so with that, for me, is also this a new understanding about narcissism, because again, I used to feel like, where's the line between me putting myself out there and it being generous, and me putting myself out there and it being narcissistic? And what I'm understanding now is that if I am in touch with that unique expression of life, and I am, and my expression is an act of honoring that, then that's not narcissistic. What's narcissistic is when I'm stuck in dialogues, or if and when I'm stuck in dialogues of either limiting stories about who I am and what I can do, right? Then I'll spiral around on those very often. That is not that, and whether the word narcissistic is even helpful is maybe, I'm not sure it is, right? It's kind of like what state of being are you in, and out of that, what are you sharing? And the more clear, open, loving state of being that you're in, that starts and is only accessible when we're in touch with that sense of real self-honoring, when we're in that state, we can share something that will elevate and contribute to others. So that is, and that's the important piece when it comes to self-expression. The important piece with self-expression is, from what energy are you expressing? From what energy am I expressing? Am I expressing from an energy of fear or limiting beliefs, or a desire to get approval and love and be seen as whatever XYZ that I want to be seen as, right? Or to get attention, right? That's not so helpful. But at the same time, it's not helpful to label us wrong for doing those things, because then as soon as we start to judge ourselves for our behavior, we lose the ability to observe that behavior genuinely and make changes. So while yes, we want to aim for the most loving communication we can, it's not helpful to beautiful, Trey. I'm just seeing your comment here. I'm going to read it in a moment. It's not helpful to get down on ourselves for not doing that, right? It is for us to get curious about, okay, why am I doing this? What is the storyline of fear? Because in that moment where I'm coming into an expression from a place of lack or trying to get something I don't have, it means I'm disconnected from a true sense of seeing, being present to, and honoring who I am and the life force moving through me. And then because I'm not connected to that, I'm looking for that from outside sources, which is just good information, right? It's just good information to see that. So no judgment is necessary. I'm want to read your post here, Trey. Okay, getting back to the essence of who I am, to be present to me and to life. Yes, through expressing and honoring myself lovingly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So good. Okay. Yeah. Utterly. Power of curiosity is just, yeah, very functional. You want to talk about high function? Curiosity is it. Yeah. And anytime we're in judgment, we're out of curiosity. So don't eat that. Brush that one up. Let it go. Okay, I'm gonna stop this here. I think there's definitely more I have to say on this, but yeah, I'll come back to it another day. Okay, big love. Bye for now. Thanks for viewing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments.